Greetings and welcome back to Asafo Academic Lectures. So I'm here with this video about Andrew Tate and the case going on. It's ongoing and everything. I actually have another video, an update on some other stuff. But for this video, I found it very interesting. I don't like to listen to one side. I like to get all the sides here, but I heard parts of this video and I'm just wondering exactly why Fresh and Fit would come out and say some of this information if it's actually true. I feel like Fresh and Fit have the same problem as Andrew Tate. They talk just a little bit too much, just a little bit too much. And if this is actually true, I feel like they're hurting Tate's case and they're exposing people that don't need to be exposed. Now, I don't know exactly how it works in Romania, but basically the problems I'm having is coming from a Western perspective, of course. So I don't know exactly what could happen in Romania, but my guess is with this video specifically, with some of the comments that they're making, they're gonna hurt the Tate case by speaking on some of the specifics that they have. So without further ado, I'm going to play the video and we're going to get to it.
Some behind the scenes
from basically an anonymous individual contacted us with some information that I think is a law enforcement officer out there in Romania, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
Mo?
Law enforcement for the Romanian government.
Okay.
So they have an anonymous tipster that's part of the law enforcement in Romania. So essentially they have a mole.
First lieutenant.
So
he just exposed the position. He said first lieutenant. Let me play it back.
Basically, that I think is a law enforcement officer out there in Romania, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
Mo?
Law enforcement for the Romanian government.
Okay.
First lieutenant.
So basically, this is what Mo took a bunch of notes. He spoke with the guy for a significant amount of time. Mo, I'm going to read through some of these, and then we'll go into the CCTV footage. And then Mo, if I miss anything here, just make sure to let me know. All right?
Yes.
So who's behind this? An external agency. This may or may not release him soon to make a statement as the end goal. The caller is confident that the case that the Tates will be found innocent. Here, you just read it, Mo. Oh, because I missed this whole part. Mo,
okay.
You go ahead, just read it. Go ahead, because you took the notes and you'll be able to interpret it better. Go ahead.
All right. So the notes from the notes is from the Romanian lieutenant. He's the first lieutenant of the Romanian law enforcement. He graduated from the law enforcement academy.
Don't give him too much specific information.
So you see how they had to slow him down a little bit, right? But in all fairness, he didn't really give too much, but in my opinion, they should have not said anything at all. So they named a position that he's in, and they named that he also graduated from the academy. From what I understand, all police forces or anybody like in the West anyways has to go through some type of academy anyways. So it's not really like it's really narrowing it down, but they did have to mention slow your roll.
Social, giving it social too?
Yeah.
Blood type?
Yeah.
But just know he was basically part of the
He's credible.
Yeah, very credible. And a friend was part of the group that arrested the Tates. And
so his friend was part of a group that arrested the Tates. So that is more information narrowing it down, right?
One of the things he said is to keep him more than 40 days is against Romanian standards.
Okay, it's not the norm, right?
No.
Okay.
And they've actually kept worse criminals for less than what the Tate brothers did.
Favoritism, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if this is true, the only thing I'll say to this is Andrew Tate has been pretty much the most famous person or most widely known person pretty much all over the globe. So whoever these people that were in Romanian prison, um, whoever these people were before that were in and did worse things, apparently nobody knew who these people are, so there wasn't a great deal of interest, and maybe there hasn't been a huge investigation. I can't speak to that, but we'll continue on.
And he even says that there really is no proof of the allegations in question.
Now, I would say this is incorrect, that there's no proof of the allegations. We'll have to see about the sex trafficking, but there may be proof about the tax fraud. And I'm going to get into that in another video, but we'll continue on.
Footage. So everything is just, the court hasn't found anything. The prosecutors hasn't
so even
found
the
anything.
police noticed.
So he said the court didn't find anything, the prosecutors didn't find anything. So why exactly are they holding Andrew Tate if there's virtually no evidence? There has to be some type of evidence for them to hold Andrew Tate and his brother. So it seems like cat to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Some bullshit.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's actually a little more than that, which I'm going to get into.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because the Romanian governments are also aware of the arrests. And another thing he said is that, Romania is supposed to be an independent country, but they're not really as independent as they say they are. They're training to please the United States.
Okay.
That's why the U.S. Embassy was involved.
Conspiracy, huh?
Yeah, who's behind this? There's 3 different agencies. I'm not sure if I can say the specifics.
Yeah,
but,
don't, because it might identify the guy.
But
so they're saying naming the agencies involved might identify the guy, but identifying his position and identifying that he has friends that arrested Tate won't identify the guy. So there is some concern about identification, but that door has already been opened already. They should have kept it completely anonymous, not even said who this person was. But I guess to give this story a little bit of juice, they decided to give a position, which I think was a mistake. If Romania is as corrupt as everybody's saying it is, even Andrew Tate himself said Romania is corrupt, right? If it's as corrupt as people are saying it is, if the charges are as bogus as people are saying it is, then why would you expose an anonymous source, basically a mole, speaking against this whole case? It just doesn't make sense.
But but just know there's an external and internal and another side agency.
Okay.
The end goal is that they may or may not release him soon, but the end goal is to make a statement.
So this isn't about justice. This is about making a statement.
Yes.
Do you know, did he say specifically what the statement was? Like, what are they trying to?
He didn't say what the exact statement was.
Okay.
But he just said that there is a certain statement.
Yeah. There's 100% of vendetta.
Yes.
100.
So it doesn't make sense. Why go through all this just to make a statement? If you're just going to make a statement, all you're going to do is make Andrew Tate even stronger. They should know that releasing Andrew Tate with bogus charges is only going to make him stronger. Unless they know that they're going to carry out with Plan C. Andrew Tate has talked about Plan C, so I don't need to get into it. First is canceled, then it's imprisonment. So you can imagine what Plan C is. So why would they just make Andrew Tate even stronger? It just doesn't make sense just to make a statement. If Romania is fully corrupt, then they might as well just go all the way and put him behind bars, and that will make a real statement anyways.
Percent.
There's a couple people within that actually believe that he's innocent.
Okay.
The director of the department that arrested the Tate brothers.
So he's exposing the director of the department that arrested the Tate brothers. So you have a lieutenant who has friends who arrested the Tate brothers. And now you have the director. So these are all the people that they're exposing publicly. This is a public video. You can go watch it right now. So if Romania is really corrupt, then why are you exposing the mole to be possibly removed because of biases? So, like I said, I don't know how Romania works, if there's a conflict of interest that plays into having bias and everything, but it just does not seem like a very smart move.
Yes.
So even he thinks that they're innocent.
What about the
Actually believe that he's innocent.
Okay.
The director of the department that arrested the Tate brothers.
Dicot?
Yes.
So even he thinks that they're innocent.
what about the judge?
Multiple people.
Oh, on the board.
Yes.
What about the
Multiple-
judge?
He said multiple people.
And the judge is the next one that the judge of the case and some of the other judges may believe that he's actually innocent as well.
Okay.
So the judge that's presiding over the case and some of the other judges as well too. So he just exposed a lieutenant, the director of the department, the judge presiding over the case, and other judges. I do not understand, right, why they would expose this much information. Clicks, views, who knows, but it seems very remedial to be exposing a mole like this. And he said the judge presiding over the case. If the judge presiding over the case doesn't think doesn't think there's any evidence against Andrew Tate, then why is Andrew Tate still locked up? Why hasn't he become free yet? He's still locked up. He recently, a few days ago, got handed down another decision that he was going to stay another 30 days. So this was 2 weeks ago, this video. So if it's true that the judge presiding over the case doesn't think there's any evidence, then why does he continue to keep the Tate brothers in custody? To me, this is a huge inconsistency. It really doesn't make sense, but I'll continue on.
And once again, because no one has found any proof of the allegations.
Okay.
And
Anything else?
there's a certain home that's in the court system that was paid in United States dollars.
Say it ain't so, Mo.
Wait, what?
Say it ain't so, Mo.
Wait, what do you mean by there was a home? Oh, a home of someone involved in the case that was paid in U.S. dollars.
Yes.
Now, we don't know how true this really is. I mean, Fresh and Fit, and they talk about relationships. They're not the first and foremost when it comes to journalistic integrity. Obviously, we can see here how they just exposed the mole that's giving them information. This is something that they should have been building up until there was an actual decision handed down just to keep the identity safe. But now that they have exposed the mole could be possibly taken off. The judge could possibly be taken off if that's true. So what they're doing here is just exposing a possibly good source of information for no reason. So that's all I really have. It just really doesn't make sense. Either they're not that smart and not really thinking ahead. They keep complaining. Everyone in general keeps complaining that Romania is corrupt this and corrupt that. Andrew Tate said himself that Romania is corrupt. That's the reason why he moved there. We're neither here nor there. but it just doesn't make sense, you know? And again, this is from a Western perspective, but it just doesn't seem like a very smart move to release this information, or at least expose so many different people. They could have at least tried to keep it more anonymous, but I don't know. So we'll just have to wait and see. But since this video, Andrew Tate has been locked up or kept in custody for another 30 days. If there's no evidence and the judge is sympathetic, or not sympathetic, but if the judge doesn't see any evidence against the Tates, then why does he continue to have them locked up? So another theory I have is that this is completely cap. This is completely cap. This is all just for clicks and views, just to keep the Tate fans hopeful, give the Tate fans a dose of copium, you know, to cope. Or this is indeed true, this information, but Fresh and Fit are just wild, not really thinking ahead, and just exposing their mole for no other reason other than clicks and views, it seems like. It just doesn't seem smart. We'll see what happens though. But I do have another video with some real updates on the case from some real reputable sources. So be on the lookout for that. So peace out to the next video. I am out.